This is breaking news.
Welcome to Illustrate Radio.
Never mind who you thought I was. I'm Rick James, bitch.
The one and only, the original.
Illustrate Radio now.
I was born by the river. I was shaking that ass, bending over, popping pistol. I was making that cash. Bring that ass here, boy. Turn it up. Fuck you, man.
Okay, we live and direct, and we are back with our first show of the new year. How are y'all beautiful ladies doing? I got my, like I said, my gorgeous, beautiful, awesome, glowing, and growing co-host, T. Gray, with us. How you doing, baby? Happy Wednesday.
I'm good. Happy New Year. It's good to see y'all.
I know, good to see you too. I just saw you yesterday too, so you know, I
good to see you twice.
I got to see
you twice.
I know. Look, I got to see you in person, and I got to see that glowing skin in person. You look amazing, by the way.
Yes, I washed my face 2 days in a row.
That's her trick, y'all. 2 days in a row. And how you doing, Stiletto? Welcome. We miss you too. We missed you yesterday as well. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. How you doing?
I'm doing. Starting the new year off positive. 2022 can go to hell. So,
look, and radiating light. Literally, you look beautiful. You're awesome. So we're gonna say goodbye to 2022, and we're gonna know that it was a lesson learned, and we moving forward. But before we talk about our 2022 recap, we got to make sure that we take care of our house business. So you all make sure you all are checking us out on live and direct on WEMS Radio, along with YouTube. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, because we need y'all subscribers. Okay, we trying to run these numbers up for 2023. Help us out with that, and we are everywhere else. Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio. Definitely make sure y'all checking us out on Roku TV if you missed us, because I know y'all been missing us. We've been missing y'all too. And I'm sorry that y'all had to get these repeats, but we're going to make sure that y'all got something new to start the year off with. So before we get into our 2022 recap of the year, let's get into our spit that ish. Okay, that was quick. All right. So 2022 was a year full of us getting back to our new normalities, releases from all over our favorite artists, big anticipated movie releases, and a slew of concerts and festivals. With all the craziness that we endured in 2022, what do you think is going to happen in 2023? Okay, so we finally get a women group recorded. Let's face it, y'all. Okay, the women in hip hop really made a statement in 2022. Not only did top artists such as Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion, we ain't gonna really talk about her too much, gave us an album. Cardi B gave us some memorable verses, and artists such as Glorilla, Lee Spice, Ducci, Lola Brooke, and more broke out. And we cannot forget, my boo, Big Lotto as well too. Not to be left out again, Lotto, Coi Leray, and more artists left their mark. With the diversity of women MCs starting to grow and become more mainstream, I predict we get one powerful and special moment when some of the talent and beautiful artists mentioned above collaborate on a track, and I cannot wait for that. I'm sure y'all remember the infamous track Ladies Night that had Da Brat, Lil' Kim, Missy Elliott, rest in peace, Left Eye, and Angie Martinez, and that was a movement in itself. So I'm looking forward to that. I know, like us being a woman empowerment show, that's a super way to like start the new year, to know hopefully they actually get it together and do it. What are y'all thoughts?
I think we're asking for a lot.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
I think we are asking for way too much. Like, even Nicki and Cardi B being on a song was almost by accident. Like, I think we're asking for a lot. And I think that hip hop in itself, especially as it pertains to the women, has definitely changed. And the time when you could have MC Light, Queen Latifah, somebody all on the same song and it hit, I just don't think we have that no more, because I feel like it's all fueled by rivalry now. Mm-hmm. And it's all fueled off of you know, whose numbers is the best, who's spending the most, who ass is fatter. Like, you
Right.
don't ever see them just genuinely showing love. Like, it's rare. You don't really see them just genuinely showing love, just genuinely picking each other up, just genuinely, oh,
Yeah.
that is bad. You don't hear that. You don't see that. And I think that as long as that area of hip hop, first of all, that area of hip hop is not run by
It's
women.
not gonna have, yeah, it's not, and it's, hold on,
Okay.
wait, that area of hip hop is
The
not about to
women are
right.
definitely the lyricists and they the ones performing, but it's run by men. So as long as it's that narrative being pushed about what men want to see and what they think is gonna pop, I don't think we're ever gonna really see us come together because they don't really want to see that for real. They don't want to see that for real.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. I don't think they're ready for that, but I do see a couple of the artists actually working together and trying to do something cohesively. Like Glorilla got a song with Lotto, a song with Gangsta Boo as well. So it's like a couple of artists are working together. She working with Cardi B too as well. So hopefully we can at least see more collaboration between the two. But you know what I did? I missed the whole spin. I started the year off backwards because it's Mercury retrograde. So y'all gonna have to deal with me for a second.
It's
My bad.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's happening. It's happening. Stiletto. What do you think? Because look, you the music person on here. What do you think about these women doing a collab that on a grand scale, not just having 3 or 4 of them on a grand scale?
I don't think we're gonna get a ladies' night or a Lady Marmalade. Like, I don't think we're gonna get a collaboration that heavy with like that many heavy hitters all in one. I do think that some women are willing to work with other women, but I do think at the end of the day, it does come down to like them trying to set the bar as their own individual artists, just like the males do. I mean, we already know initially the world is going to put them against each other regardless. It's just how they react to, that static. And like I said, I see some of them, trying to reach out and work together, but I see a lot of them working hard to really get their own feet grounded as their own artists, as to, oh, let me do a collaboration with this person. This person is still trying to climb the charts too. So, I don't
let me help them out.
Let me let them do their thing. Let me do me, that kind of thing. So I think they're all set in stone trying to get themselves their own mark and get their own respect. And I can respect that too, because it's really hard for a female in the industry to have their own respect and have their feet grounded, like, and to really run with the heavy hitters. Like, if we look at Nicki Minaj, look how many tracks she had to jump on men's tracks. You know what I'm saying? To really be like, yo, for even the men to respect her, to be like, nah, she's the one of the dopest. You feel me? So it just became different. So I think everybody saw some of the greats, some of the vets and how they played it, and they trying to play it as well.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what the 2020.
Put that comment back up, please, Pete. There is a song with a whole bunch of women rappers on it. I believe it's a remix to something.
It is.
Nigga, you know some tea, nigga. You ain't spilling it for real.
Nah, because
what up, cuz?
It's a couple of songs that have a remix that have a couple females on it. Nicki Minaj did one too, and she did not just an American female, but she did all Caribbean females as well, artists as well, on one of her songs.
So why don't we get this music though, you guys? Why don't we?
It gets put out there, it just doesn't get.
It just doesn't get played. It's just because
and then it becomes, and then like I said, social media, because of who she selected to be on the actual remix. Everybody else that she didn't, then it was like, oh, this person, she shooting shots.
Yeah,
this person,
right.
became a rival thing all over again, not just feel good music. Like, we get Ladies Night, and it was redone, and everybody was like, damn, look at all the heavy hitters. Not only that, when the video was created, what they do? Put all of the R&B groups, put all of the, it was just a women.
Yeah, it was just a whole movement.
And everybody just respected, because it was just like everybody is on one accord. They just vibing, they having a good time.
Yeah.
Now we're not gonna get that.
Well, in other music, we might get another thing from the GOAT himself. Jay-Z surprises us with an album. Oh my God. In 2022. In 2022, he did a track with DJ Khaled called God Did. It's clear he still has a lot to say, and I'm looking forward to that too. Let me just run through it. Then Rihanna announced her world tour and as well. And I'm looking forward to that. And she also did the Super Bowl halftime. So I didn't see it.
I don't want to see her tour. I ain't spend no money. Let me get some new music first.
Yeah.
Let me get some new music first, and then
she's going to drop some new music hopefully at the halftime show. And she'll be doing. She announced that her tour won't start until 2024. So hopefully she'll be dropping some music in 2023 along the way.
I hear some new music. Then I might want to go see her, but I don't want to go see her for the old songs. I know them.
Be like, we done been there, done that. Give us some new shit. So what do you think? So, and then also I'm gonna Will Smith and Chris Rock, that whole thing, they came back together and they say, we're gonna let bygones be bygones, because apparently a lot of people were shocked at him getting slapped on stage, of course, because that was like a really big thing too. But I'm sorry. Is that that is definitely my speaker. My bad. So it was a lot of different things that happened. What do you think about Jay-Z giving us the album?
I'm waiting for it. Pins and needles, Jay. Pins and fucking needles. I'm a Jay-Z fan.
I know you are. That's why I said the GOAT.
Take me through all the name changes and the growth. And I want to get all this natural hair energy in an album. I'm ready. And I'm not going to be like, I'm going to be real cool, real calm about it, just like this. Listen to the whole thing beginning to end before I make a comment or a statement or whatever. But I'm ready, Jay-Z, just in case you were wondering.
Everything he do is strategic anyway. So it's
it's going to be all in due time.
Yeah, I'm ready. Jay-Z old. He's had a few more experiences. Them kids probably been kicking his ass. That's the real reason why he been to the barbershop. I'm ready for this, Jay-Z. I'm ready for this, where he is in life now. Like, I think sometimes people always expect for rappers to fade, or when they don't, then if they're still in the limelight, but they're not doing music, it's like, well, what they doing? And I feel like Jay-Z needed space to be a business. He needed space to do whatever he been doing, making his money and making the world go around like he does. And I think that whatever shape has been shaping and molding him these past few years that we haven't had the music, I think we're going to get it all in that album.
Yeah, when he pop out. And he pop right
out. Yeah,
he do. And I think he's doing this y'all niggas still on the nigga. Y'all niggas still, like, I feel like
he gonna come out.
Y'all in check real quick.
Deliver one fire ass album and then
he
goes to down.
And the thing is, he got to, with hip hop having turning 50 years old this year. So like, he has to make sure that he comes out with something like that is super dope.
I got one for you. They said Outkast about to come together and make another.
And they need to. And why haven't they? That was not, granted, I know that was business, and Andre was like, you know what? He was over it. And I get it. But let me tell you, that's another person who, when he does, it's like, damn, nigga, where you been? Because you still like, but I get it. And I get it from the standpoint of, I get tired of being T Gray sometimes. Sometimes being T Gray is a job. And like, people who know me or who catch me on my regular, they be like, oh, you ain't got on the election. You ain't talking about no. I'm Tiffany today. Like, I'm chilling. Like, these me and these scrubs and no makeup and no lashes. And I might fart. This is me. Like,
and I might butt. This is me on the
yeah. Like, seriously. Like, I understand wanting and needing that mental break, but I also understand how much energy you charge up in yourself when you take it, and when you're ready to release it, like. Whoa. Come on now. Now I'm not gonna say big boy like, oh, I'm all over, can't wait. But the two of them together are just under 3,000.
That part.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
lit. Is lit.
Before I
And that's
die,
that,
please, because I'm old
that's a,
too. Come on.
that
Before
is
And
I
a
the
die.
younger
2023
kids, the
something
younger
somebody would
generation,
like to
they
see.
need that. They need that. They need some of these old vets, some of these
They
ghosts
do.
to really
They
pop
do.
out, and they need
They do.
solid music because, like, right now, I mean, I'm a little sick of Lil
Lil
Baby and
Wayne?
Moneybag Yo and them. I'm
But
sick
you
of
know what
Yeah,
though?
all
I
men
think
say that.
so many of these young rappers are so quick to say who's not relevant, who's not this, who's not
And really,
that.
their music is not relevant.
Meanwhile, these old niggas lyrically would wipe the floor with some of these young dudes.
Mhm.
Because some of these young dudes are relying on a beat, they relying on a producer, they relying on social media, they relying on everything else but their lyrics. And the
Yeah.
reality of it is, I forgot who said Nas was washed up. Nas could write 5 lines and put your mama to bed.
But
Like what? Like
her,
you
period.
know what I mean?
Big
So
time.
No, but he fixed
that's
it.
another
He
reason
fixed
why
it.
I'm excited. That's another reason why
21
I'm excited.
Savage, he fixed it, and then he asked Nas to do a song with him. He tried to fix that
Yeah,
shit.
he
Real
How
tried.
he
good.
He
gonna
better
do
speak.
that? 21 out here doing shit for Drake. How he gonna do that?
Yeah,
I see.
facts.
Doing
But you know,
something for me.
so I think that's another thing that people would like to see in 2023. Apparently, it's trending that people also want to see Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok come to an end for 2020. They might want to see that too.
No,
I'm not
I
really
don't
mad at
say
that.
Facebook.
I
TikTok,
don't. TikTok
Twitter,
and
Twitter,
yeah.
you talk a lot of shit on Twitter. That's all you do.
Yeah, I feel like it's nothing but subliminals on Twitter. Subliminals
That's
and
it.
good porn.
And
Like that's all
then
Twitter is known for.
Facebook, I think is
Twitter
Facebook is
got the
good
bomb porn,
for
by the way.
people that just want to still be linked with so many people. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom, like, older people that just want to have a link for, family members or co-workers and
Yep.
friends.
I be forgetting about Facebook.
Facebook is Facebook.
Like it don't exist.
My mama go and get
I be on Facebook. I be on the Facebook and the Instagram. Those are my go-tos. And now I'm trying to
I
get
be on
used
there
to
by
TikTok.
accident. Seriously, I do. And it's so interesting to me because you know how like what Stiletto said it's for the older crowd. I hear people who are my age group or younger talking about Facebook and all the time. I'm like, damn, y'all still on Facebook? Like my shit goes to Facebook only because I posted it to Instagram to share in 3 different places. So it's there. You see I'm still doing stuff. But I don't even see that.
I'm not engaging with you. Like, yeah, I'm not.
It'll be my birthday, the Facebook notifications be going. I'm like, I don't even know all 5,000 of you. Who are you people? But hey, thank you. Like, I don't know.
All right. The note. TikTok has a lot of information. TikTok has a lot of fuckery, but it also has a lot of
Has
information.
a lot of
So that is probably the only reason why I wouldn't just up and say take away TikTok, because there is a lot of information and resources that you can find out, recipes, all types of stuff, how to do stuff.
But you can also do that on Instagram.
Yo, shout out to them for that, specifically these recipes, because twice this week I did some shit I seen on TikTok and it worked swimmingly. Yeah. First off, I've never made rice in my oven before. I don't know if either one of you have. I've never cooked rice in my oven.
Nice.
And can I tell you that I was amazed? Damn it, I did it 2 days in a row because it was so fucking awesome the first time. I said, I've got to do this again. And
you got to share that.
Yeah, I was like, what? And there was this dude on TikTok. Let me show y'all how I do this on a restaurant. And I said, oh, wow, how he did it. And I tried it and it worked. I just I can appreciate that.
You know,
and you know what though? The government is so dead set against people not having TikTok. And so remember how it was so big? They were like, okay, they're trying to steal your information and China's controlling everything, this, that, and the third. Mm-hmm. But TikTok, I always second guess the government because that's just how I was raised. So anything that they are so adamant about not being for me, I'm where's the real harm? Sidebar, they told everybody to get the COVID vaccine and I still ain't right. But everything that they say is like, oh my God, this is so horrible. The reality of it is they don't want TikTok to replace Google. and to really replace your major search engines because it has so much information. It has such a wealth of information. And so if we as users replace that, instead of Google, instead of YouTube, instead of these American-based products, they're going to be mad. And then that's what they're invested in, and that's what they have their money in. So that's why they're like, oh, they taking all your info. So are you, Google. My phone know what I'm doing before I do it. If I ain't got no toilet tissue, I bet you my phone to get up, go in my closet and bring me some. Like, that's how much Google listens to you.
Fact. It does. It does. You're right. It does. Be like, what you doing? Okay, so I got a question for y'all. Did Kanye go missing? Because apparently this law firm is looking for him and they cannot reach him for some reason. They dropped the law firm dropped the rapper after his anti-Semitic rants, which I again don't believe they were anti-Semitic. West went missing sometime last month. His former business manager suing him for $4.5 million, and nobody has seen this man in weeks. I'm not really surprised because allegedly he also
ain't crazy.
He also crazy. He also missed spending time with his babies in the holidays. So that was kind of like,
somebody got him. Somebody got him.
And then he said, Fred said he would never miss spending holidays with his kids. So
somebody got him.
Yeah, you know what? Let me tell you something. I don't know, but
they
apparently
somewhere got Kanye like undercover brother.
Again, they got him because he did a little bit too much talking.
Not undercover brother.
Yeah, they got him like undercover brother. Remember how they did Benny D? You think they got Kanye somewhere pumping him with shit, making him watch white people videos? They straighten him on out wherever he is. They should. And the only reason why I'm on Kanye's team today, because I know religiously I don't for years. But the one thing for sure, that what you said about how he don't miss stuff with his children, as crazy as Kanye is,
that's a fact.
He does not, as a father, he does not. Crazy Kanye moved across the street. He does not. So for him not to be there, that to me says, oh no, they got him. They got him. They got him, and they getting his ass, getting him right together. Watch when he gets wherever he shows up.
They trying to. What's that movie called? They trying to get out him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
get him like get
stuck in place right now.
He's in a stuck in place right now, and this is crazy because the fact that get out is, I believe that is actually possible to happen. But hopefully he resurfaces.
He can't just be laying low because he know they trying.
He's not because when it comes to his kids, that's the thing. You can lay low from everything else, but he's not laying low from his children.
What's 4.5 million when you're still worth 400 million? Like Kanye ain't never ran from no money stuff.
Never.
Never. He ain't never ran from no legal issues.
No, he faced them head on.
Never. No matter what it was. He's always eating that. And now, I say a lot about him, but when it comes to that, he's always stood his ground. Whether he was right, wrong, or indifferent, he's always, so to say, oh, he 4.5, I don't think, I think they got his ass. Who else gonna get to him? The same people that get every other entertainer and they go crazy for a second and you wonder, oh, what happened? And they still ain't right. Cat Williams just got right after 20 years. Like, y'all might not believe it. I'm a low-key conspiracy theorist too, but I believe that shit really happens. And I believe that people who are more in control of him than himself sometimes. So, I pray for you. Yeah.
I pray for you, and I hope that they didn't try to zap your brain like they did the first time. But all right, cool.
I'm gonna be that rich.
In music news, talking about getting zapped. My man, he's not my man, but Surviving R. Kelly Final Installment finally comes out and airs on Monday night. Well, it aired on Monday night on Lifetime. It's the part 3 to the final chapter, which is a 2-part look at the legal fallout that Kelly has faced. His sentence of 30 years in prison in June following his 2021 conviction on federal racketeering and sex trafficking charges. I am not surprised by this at all. But shit happens and people have their downfalls. But what do y'all think? I mean, I haven't followed it. So the fact that they just released it, and I'm trying to figure out why did it take them so long. But I guess, they said that we are now at our part 3, which is the start of the trial where R. Kelly has faced many, many, many charges that are tied to allegations made by his survivors. Daniel moves on and says he can't speak for our survivors, but I believe that they feel like they've been finally heard. Have y'all been following it? Because
No,
I don't really even care to watch it.
I haven't, because as long as he's locked under the jail and my daughters aren't in the music business, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't
Yeah.
really feel the need to be, even.
I'm good.
Like, I ain't about to give Lifetime no ratings on that.
Do y'all still listen to R. Kelly music?
I do.
I do.
Now
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna be
do,
quite
and I
honest
sing
with
it
you.
loudly.
I did for a minute, but it's one of his bangers that I might do a little striptease to. And it's my favorite song to do a little striptease to. So I got it. I will tell you. I will on the low.
Tell you, okay, on the low. All right, because everybody can know. All right, cool. It gotta be special for
Now,
those
I'll
who
tell
you
y'all,
know.
it's
Bars.
Imagine That off of the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Girl,
So
yeah.
imagine that first off. That's a 4.5 minute routine, ladies. Okay.
Yeah.
But
I gotta be inspired to do a routine one day.
that song with the build up, and I'm not saying that this is what you should do, but just kind of suggestion, because this is where I'm at the moment.
I got a few.
Get
So
you
let's talk
some
about
tea
it.
lights. Put the tea lights all over the room. Put the man's chair in the middle. Make sure it's something sturdy on at least 3 corners of you for hand pressing and things to bend over and such. Because it always adds to the aesthetic. But that song, 4 minutes, 30 seconds, you could do something seriously fantastic. It gives room for floor work. And then the build up at the end is like old school Prince guitar, getting it. And by the time you get to the end, he's already where he needs to be. You know what I'm saying? And you can then at that point, because you're already undressed, now you undress him. I'm not saying that it works, but I'm saying that I heard. I'm saying that I heard.
But you heard
If you want to do something a little nice for your guy, most men love being danced for. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to go to the strip club. It's another thing when it's your lady dancing for you specifically. So, set rose petals, tea lights, chair in the middle, at least 3 sturdy items.
I've never.
At least 3 sturdy items.
I got a couple songs. What's that?
Yeah. Whatever you have on, that's your main. Make sure you got something sheer over top of your main, because you want that as a prop.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. Okay, so I'm gonna. Okay, now I got the whole thing in my brain. Okay,
and you're a dancer too.
Because I can't help it. I be goofy and laughing. I mean, ew. Like I can only be serious like in the mirror by myself, and that's weird. And he was like, "Well, if you could dance for the mirror, if you could dance for the mirror, you could dance for me."
Even if you smoke, you can't be serious.
No.
Wow.
I make it worse for her.
Like that's my switch though. Like that's my zone.
It gotta be like a super heavy indica. Like for me to be like, and then maybe I'll do maybe I could try like an aphrodisiac. Like when I have like strawberries, ginger, and I know this is gonna sound weird, strawberry, pineapples, and ginger, like a lot of ginger. Because ginger technically is a natural aphrodisiac. I'm telling you, don't have that shit when that shit gonna be beatboxing. Drink that. Berries make you beatbox, okay? Berries.
Do it in the bedroom so that you have a dresser and a mirror in front of you. So the first half of the song, you are dancing for yourself. Don't even look at him. Yeah, the first half, you ain't even gotta look at him. You giving him all ass, all back action. Or make him a part of it. Go sit on his lap. He's looking at him, and you still touching yourself, but focusing on yourself. That way you can keep your.
That's how I can keep my face. Thank
mirror.
You.
He has a breakdown, and the bridge goes, "I see you. Can you see me? Watching you, loving it, and you can just watch it."
Okay, all right, cool. Y'all got me a whole routine. I'm excited. Okay, thank you for that. And I told him I was just okay. So Gangsta Boo got this song. Rest in peace, Gangsta Boo. She recently passed away this past weekend.
She's been on that shit long time though.
If any,
but she been on
yeah, rest in peace, because Gangsta Boo, she did her thing with 3-6 as well, but she paved the way for a lot of artists out that are out today. Yes, a lot of artists. She either have a song with some of the artists that she influenced, and unfortunately, she died from a fentanyl-laced.
You know what? And she got kicked out of I don't know if y'all watched what is it? Celebrity what was it? The married couples retreat thing.
Oh, she was on that.
She was on that with her boyfriend, and they got kicked out because they found drugs there, like on one of the last episodes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a big thing. So she's been battling with that for some time.
Yeah, so like, I always tell people like mental illness as well, and dealing with your demons and growing up in a society where like that's the culture. The culture now is to like be toxic and to do those types of things. So unfortunately she passed away, but I'm telling you, she paved the way. If anybody knows me, they knows when it came to 3-6 Mafia, La Chat, and Gangsta Boo they was my bitches. You couldn't tell me that I wasn't a little La Chat. I used to call like the little nickname. I used to be in the car cranking La Chat's album, like loved it. So shout out to Gangsta Boo for paving the way for a lot of these artists, just like Glorilla. She got a song with Glorilla, and she has a song with Lotto that's out too as well. So she was still working and still trying to do her thing. And it's unfortunate that she passed away, but we wanted to, she was still giving her flowers then, and I'm giving her flowers again now, especially now that she's
that's also mental health too, though.
Yeah, that's why I said her mental health. Yeah,
there's so much going on, and they said even the same night, they said that her brother overdosed and got rushed to the hospital, but he was okay. So whatever she was doing from right then and there, she went home and
then she
and then she didn't make it. So it's all about mental. That's as bad as the white man from Dave and Buster's, Buster, the one that died. He died from suicide.
Yeah,
and he was only 73. That happened yesterday. So it's like,
oh wow, I didn't even know about that.
Too much going on.
Yeah, like, it is a lot. It's a lot going on.
Real mental, like it's bad, and they're killing themselves. Like that's
what I'm saying. You have to check, and you got to do your family history. This is another reason why family history and also going back to certain things is good to talk to your elders, because you never know that we can prevent something if we knew something happened before, if we know the signs from previous before, by talking and communicating with one another to really tap into that. Trust me, to know what's going on with other people. Like, oh, she dealing with something like that. Well, Uncle John couldn't deal with it either, so this is what happened to him when he passed away. Because when things happen as a kid, you don't really know to ask questions about how this person died, how did this person live, what was their health like, did they pass from this, like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's good to talk to your family members and check in on each other and making sure that we tapping into our mental health. But Gangsta Boo, I'm
thrown because all these people committing suicides. It's like, what? Twitch was dancing with his wife days before he went to a hotel and killed himself. Like, it's just like stuff going on. It's just like, it makes you really think like, oh my gosh, people are really dealing with so
a lot
much. I talked to my mother. My mother went, shout out to my mother, Big P. She went to on Christmas Day. She got up and went with her church group. They all made some hot food and a big thing. She made a big old ham and went to 8:00 in the morning. Went to the shelter, and she was like, "There's so many families that was in a recession that lost their businesses, that was basically paying the bills for their homes. Like people are really going through it nowadays, and it's not being addressed. It's being ignored, or it's being pushed under the rug because we're not seeing stuff for what it is. That's crazy." It's crazy. And it's pushing people to the level where they're just like, I don't even want to be here at all anymore.
It's just so chaotic.
It's sad. So I'm just praying for everybody in their mental space and what everybody's
what they got going on.
Everybody got something going on at this point.
Yeah.
So if y'all noticed, we didn't do our segments, and I wanted to kind of save the best for last, even though it's because I kind of forgot to do it and announce it, but we just gonna go with and So she said,
I mean, everything happens for a reason. We started
you
at
know,
9:15. That was our time. We missed it.
yeah, we missed the mark, so it's okay. But I figured that we can kind of do a quick synopsis as well, and kind of holding it in, and also mesh it in with the hot topic, possibly. No, did you want to give your segment, or you good? All right, cool.
We
Say
have
less.
to have it to give it, and I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, well then you know what we can do too. Like I said, we can hone it and bring it all in. We can bring it all in and come full circle.
I'm always prepared. Whatever we do, I got. I'm always prepared.
Okay, well, okay, cool. So I want it to be really brief and quick. I'll get right into my luck segment just for a quick second because I'm gonna make this real quick. Well, it is just my luck that this music is low-key throwing me off. It's like, no, I'm joking. It is just my luck that I have been staying grounded and also making sure that I'm planting my seeds to move forward into 2023 as well. My springtime or my New Year's usually in the spring, but one of the things that I'm solely focusing on is discipline, and I feel like that is something that we all should try to work on as we navigate through everything that we're going on. Is staying grounded in your faith is a part of your discipline. Keeping your sanity and your peace is a part of your discipline. Mm-hmm. Eating healthy, thinking healthy thoughts, and just overall making sure that we're just in each step and task that we do, or the people that we breathe life into, or the people that we cross, that we're taking those necessary steps to just be disciplined and sound in that. So that is it. I'm real quick with it for my luck. See what you got for us.
I was over here redecorating. Sorry. Okay, let's get into my love and. Time enough to finish with decorating. So, how y'all doing? So my love and is also going to be brief. It's going to be love and acceptance. You have to have an amazing amount of acceptance taking yourself into this 2023. You have to accept what did not work in 2022 and know that it's okay. And you have to accept where you are and where you want to go and your plan for your future in 2023. A lot of times people struggle with that. Lucky has said several times on here that we're not giving ourselves grace. And I stole that this week, Lucky. So thank you.
It's okay. Give yourself a great. No, you inspired it. You didn't steal it. You just.
But it's definitely, we don't give ourselves an opportunity to accept our own flaws. Sometimes we allow the world, we allow society, we allow everything else, the people around us, to continuously point out where our low points are, as opposed to focusing and accepting our high points and accepting our low points for what we view them as. But the reality of it is we have total power in changing those things. The reality of it is we have total power in making our high points even higher. But you have to be able to accept that. You have to be able to give yourself some grace. Know that what's good about you is good. Know that what's good about you could be great. Know that what you might consider a flaw, so well, fuck it, that's how God made you. Take it with you. Learn from it as opposed to being opposed to it. And so people struggle with that. I have a client now that's the journey that we're on, is not only accepting what we feel or what society tells us is wrong, but accepting what's good and knowing that it's okay to be good. It's okay to be great. It's okay to grow. It's okay to move forward. Like, you don't have to hold yourself in these shackles. And if you did, all these years, if you did last year, I'm telling you now, it is time to break away from that. And it's time to accept what your true potential is, and accept what your future can be, and accept how amazing you have the potential to grow to be. Like, don't put a cap on yourselves, you guys, for 2023. Yeah. Accept everything about you, no matter big or small. I have flaws. Okay, I have things that I might be uncomfortable with sometimes, but guess what? I put them shit in my purse, And come on, bitch, we walking. Because I'm still going to move with it. It doesn't get removed from me, but I learn from it. I make it better, or I change, or I evolve. And even though, yeah, it might be a part of me, it doesn't have to be all of me. But if I don't accept what it is, if I can't own it, then who does? Does society now own it? Do people on social media now own it? Do my mama, my boyfriend, my ex-husband? Like, no. And everything in me that I feel is fantastic. Baby, when I tell you 23 is going to be, get that. And I have to accept all the good stuff that's going to come to me from that. Sometimes people have a hard time accepting their opportunities, recognizing it. When they see good things happen, they're like, oh, it's not me. I'm not good enough. It's supposed to be for somebody else. No, it's for you.
Yeah.
Accept it. So as we change individually, as we change as a group, as we change as a show, I just want us all, the three of us, and the people in the background, to be accepting of those things and of what comes, because our potential is so much higher than what we're imagining now, what we thought it was on December 31st, 2022. It's totally different come January 1st, 2023. So if we don't accept it, we might not have been perfect prior to, but watch the fuck out for where we're about to go, what we're about to do, and be accepting of that. Like, we don't have to knock each other down to build each other up. And individuals, as you are in your own lives and in your businesses and in your relationships and in your brands and whatever it is that you're building, you don't have to knock you down to build you up. Society is going to try to do that enough. You don't have to accept that.
You don't have to give them a hand in it.
Yeah, facts. But accept you. So I hope that was quick enough.
No, because you know. So Mimi, what you got for us? We need your segment. I'm sorry.
We're going. I don't want to. We go. Okay, my segment goes into piggybacking off of both of you all. We're going into 2023 positive. We're going into 2023 as future millionaires, entrepreneurs, mompreneurs. We're going into 2023 with the most amazing ideas that we plan on executing and giving you all, whether it be together or individually. Now is the time to just stop talking, less talking, more do. And it's like, you know, we just want our work to show. And I think now, after having such a hard year, just even speaking for myself, it's really made me come to mind, like, you are talented. God has really opened up the doors for a lot of things for you. And, you know, it's a realization, like, you have to be able to have your moment to sit and be like, okay, well, where do I start? And, you know, if you're sitting and you're thinking about it, you're not getting nothing done. So for all of you out there who are just sitting around thinking about what could be done, go do it. Facts. And then you're going to be hating it. 6 months later, somebody else done taken the idea you had and they become successful, and that could have been your success because you wanted to sit and think about instead of just do. Make a plan. Get a planner. Start writing your stuff down. I've been writing my stuff down so much more and giving myself deadlines and making sure that everything that I have in mind to do this year will get done. So if y'all don't see me come like June, July, because I done bust $1 million. You know, I don't even need a cool $1 million. Give me about 6, 7, 8. Making me outside. And y'all will get something in the mail, and then, you know, I'll just, you know.
Well, let me ask something to both of y'all before we get into our hot take. Pretty much also when you have those goals, but just giving yourself grace with those too as well, because sometimes life happens and things happen, and even if a goal, sometimes we have this built up, heightened up, we're anxious, right? So then when it doesn't get executed, we feel like we failed. And that also can vary, you know, that can also taint how you move forward as well too. So when T Grace said, give yourself grace and give yourself a steady pace. As long as you got one foot in front of the other, You know, as
Already
long as
started.
you already started. As long as you just keep that foot trucking and moving, and you check them tasks or you check them box off one by one. Everything don't have to get done in a day. Everything don't have to get done in a month. Whatever doesn't get done this year will be moved on to next year. So it's okay. Just give yourself that time and space as well to do so. But let's get into our hot take, because this is going to be pretty much what we were talking about too. Doom, dooka, doom, dooka, doom, dooka, doom. So our hot take, is something. What is something that you would like to accomplish in the year of 2023 that you may have just been doubting yourself a little bit, T? You know, let's start with you.
Doubting myself. Wow.
If there's anything that you kind of had a fear or anything that you want to accomplish.
I understand the question, man.
Okay,
I'm running through some shit in my head. Okay, give me a second.
I wanted to make sure I just want to make sure I wasn't saying it for comprehension. I just wanted to make sure that I actually said it right, because you know I'm reading wrong.
I don't necessarily doubt myself. However, I want to be stronger in all things.
Yes.
I have taken not a major break, but I've taken a little bit of a break from a lot of things. And when I get finished with this break, bitch,
full throttle,
sick of me. Like, sick of me. I hate that I'm tired. You know, I hate that I don't feel good. I hate that I'm not 100% T-Gray right now. But when I tell you that this shit is coming to an end, and I'm going to put my whole entire foot on every nigga's neck I can see. Anybody that is in that arm's reach, anybody that I can lay my eyes on, and I got great vision, my foot is on the neck. So, you know, last year, just as a comedian, was fantastic for me. I ended my first year as a comedian on a phenomenal note. So this year, when I get to the end of 2023, if I'm not in somebody's arena, I'm gonna be pissed. So that's my only thing. The biggest crowd I've had so far was 500 people. So by the end of the year, I want to be making thousands live.
I know that's right. Right.
It's full. It's just full throttle. The things that branding wise, again, I've been just fucking exhausted. So once I get my foot on these, you ain't gonna be able to stop me.
You planting the seeds right now, so that way in the spring we can pop
that part, because
in the spring and the summer and the fall and the winter we pop it out. You know what I'm saying? Pop it out.
I don't like not being 100% T-Gray. Like, it sucks for me. I swear to God, it does. But
you know what though? But these
for
you now. Hold on, it might suck for you now, but it's all in due time, and it's going to be so much more worth it and later on in the end. So I cannot wait, and I'm excited because these seeds that you are planting are definitely growing, and I love that for you. So baby, we ain't about to even say 100% coming. You recharging. You like I'm in hibernation to come out of sensation. Don't
seriously.
You know what I'm saying? Big facts. So we ain't even, I don't play about T or Mimi bars. It's like no.
When I get my show scheduled for 2023 for the Comedy Loft, it's gonna be lit. So many people missed my first show, and even me, because I was sick. But just the excitement and just some of the comments that I got back, and I can't. And the Necker Trumpeter is coming again. I'm excited for what's coming. I'm excited for the position that I put myself in. You know what I mean? And that's one thing about being accepted. I had to accept the position that I put myself in. Like, oh no, bitch, you're doing way more than what you give yourself credit for.
That part.
A lot more. So Mimi, what is something that you want to attain that you just can't quite work up the nerves to do, or you couldn't, that you would like to work the nerve up to do?
For me, I think that I'm a couple of steps ahead where T is at this point in stage, because I did take my break November, December for personal matters. You know, at the end of the day, we all mothers, and you know that comes first, period. So I had to focus where the focus needed to be, But it also gave me time to sit and manage and sit and come up with a game plan. So right now it's more of me getting it done. I have a lot of personal goals I'm making, and I have a lot of stuff that I want to elevate on in all my businesses and things that I have, so that, you know, at this point in time, everything can come in one full circle. I didn't give myself that opportunity because I didn't push through it, and I felt like if it was rushed, it wasn't going to be done how I wanted it to be done. So I gave myself time, so things are finally getting done how I wanted them to be done. And you know, I'm on my own timing. It's finding your own speed. Like I ain't trying to chase nobody else's dream. I'm not trying to be or do what anybody else is doing. I'm doing what I want to do my way, my time. So
Facts.
yeah, I'm shooting really big this year. I don't want to talk too much because I'm actually releasing a lot of stuff like bit by bit by bit. But
and we look forward to it.
There's a storm coming. It's been brewing.
Yeah, the storm been brewing, and then hold up, and then we about to have a rainbow with the whole gold pot at the end and all that.
Yeah, and I've been quiet. I sat in the back. I took a corner seat. I let everybody do what they doing. So it's like when it's my time, I don't want to hear nothing from nobody because I
and you're not, because we mute.
I'm gonna work for it.
Yeah, we mute the noise. That's just noise. We ain't worried about that. Well, as for me, something that I would like to accomplish in 2023 is getting my book published.
Nice.
Yeah. So that is something that I've been trying to work up the nerve to. But my first thing that I want to be able to recite my poem on a stage and work up the nerve to do that, because I feel like that would actually fuel my creativity as well, and allow me to like really feel what it feels like to connect with the crowd, because that energy, from what T has been telling me too, as well as like how it really does fuel you. It really does just want to give you the inspiration and just keep doing it and because that's a high, you know what I'm saying? But that's a healthy high. That's a high that I definitely want to chase. And I feel like sometimes we can all heal through, you know, words as well. So I think words are very powerful, and that's what I want to connect. Yeah, and I want to connect with the people more so. So like, yeah, not just write a book in black and white and publish it. Because if nobody knows you, how are they going to connect with it? You know.
So you want to come into a poll on one of my shows then?
Yeah, you always had spoken word and speech. Like you know your words. That's what makes you. Like that's what makes Lucky. Like T found her niche, her love through her comedy. Like now it's like I can do this. I love this. I found
T looking at me like square up.
Performing for real, from like performing and being in big stages, being in front of people. Like that's what I love. So DJing and entertaining, dancing, whatever, that does it for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's
but I'm super shy, believe it or not. I'll be nervous every time I come out here.
That. Once you do it the first time, it's gonna be like, damn, love this shit.
Yeah. So I'm gonna, you know what, T, I'm gonna accept your challenge.
Dope poet. And I know dope poets here, but I also know a dude who puts on fantastic poetry. They're not just poetry shows. It's like sex, poetry, music. It's all encompassing. He does, and he was on one of the seasons of Love and Somebody. I can't think of the name of the show with Nephew Tommy. What was that show?
Oh, Love and
when they had the DMV, my homeboy, he was one of the people on there.
Yeah,
but
what was on there?
But that's his thing.
Oh, you talking about what?
Yeah, but it's the poetry and all that stuff. And then my homies in Texas that's they shit. Like they perform with Ali Sadiq and big ass names in comedy. They travel, but they do poetry. Like I know a lot of poetry connections. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. We could take a weekend and go out there and just go. I will marry her little lamb on their ass. If it'll make you feel better, it'll be like, I'll get up there and marry her little lamb.
I'm definitely going to make sure that I put that down as one of my goals and one of the things that we can plan. I would love to do that, even though I'm super nervous saying it right now. Like my hands is shaking
No,
and
but
everything.
that
But
community
I
is
want to
so
do
much
that.
love.
It is. I want to do it.
It's so much love in that community, and just like it's similar to comedy to me, how people do just welcome you in and give you that safe space. So when you do step on stage first, it's not only love going up, it's love coming down.
Come
But
on, yeah.
you should surround yourself with people who this is what they do. Love is the local chick. She bad as fuck. Like you should just network your
Yeah.
fucking ass off and do small shit first until build up your confidence. And then do an open mic and do your poetry. You ain't even gotta go somewhere where you don't even know nobody. You know what I mean? And just do it.
Yeah. You know what? I am. I'm definitely going to get that accomplished. That is one of my. Because that's a small goal that I can do. I can do that.
And as you do it, record yourself, watch your growth, give yourself pointers, critique yourself. But yeah, that's been like, girl, please. You talking about you shy. Not the nigga who step out the house in something neon every day. Every day. Shut up.
Never gave yourself a break every day. Damn.
This how you know I be on my cycle. I be wearing all black. That's the only day you see me 3-4 days in a row wearing all black. You like, hold up, wait, something ain't right. But thank you. This was actually a really this was a good show. I'm glad that we are here with you all on Wednesday. Is there anything that y'all want to sign off with? Anything else that y'all have going on before we step out of here?
Yes.
Stiletto?
So for all of our Illustrate lovers, all our Illustrate followers, tell a friend to tell a friend. We are going to take a small hiatus because we are reconstructing our whole entire show. And when we come back, which will be, I say, give us like 2 weeks, okay? Give it like 2 weeks. We come back stronger than ever, and we have guests lined up. Our books are open. If you are somebody that has a business, you own a company, something that you feel like you even need to talk about or discuss, or just would like the opportunity to be a guest on our show, please make sure to DM us. We want to make sure that we definitely reach out to a lot more DMV talent as well, and really put that out there for anybody who is an artist of any, because as you can see, we're all artists in our own right. So we want to make sure we definitely pass the baton or give somebody else the opportunity to talk about what you do
and the highlight what they got going on.
Right. So yeah, that's that. And like I said, we coming back harder than ever. We coming to bust some heads all year.
Hit them head busters. Hit them head busters. We knock a head out.
Okay. Okay. I'll take that.
What about that's what we do. What about you, T?
I'm knocking niggas' heads too. The fuck?
We squaring up. We are squaring up for the 2020. Yeah, look, 2022.
Do everything that I said. Everything that I said all 2022 in my thing, do it.
Same thing.
Do it.
Run it back if you missed any of it, because I want you all to be ready when we come back. Because if you don't see that T. Gray has listened to herself or put the same stuff into me that I'm trying to put into you guys, check me on it too. Like seriously. You catch me in the street and my shit ain't catch me on it too.
And when we back, my studio will be up. So make sure we coming back at you with that music, the mixes, everything. Oh, and coming up February, Dinner and Dessert Part 2 finally is going to be released, as well as What She Should Have Said, because I know a lot of y'all have been pressing me about that as well. And it's coming at you hard and heavy. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yes. Okay, Magical AF Podcast. My episode is actually finally going to drop because I finally did it and recorded and done editing. It's going to drop tomorrow. So y'all look out for that on Magical AF Podcast. And we getting into a lot of stuff. And I'm holding y'all motherfuckers accountable. A lot of y'all not going to like it, but I'm no longer supporting any fuckery. So if it's fuckery, I'm going to call you all out on it. 2022, we that's back in the past. What has happened has happened. We're going to reflect to be better and move forward. 2023, we on everybody's necks, and we coming for your juggler with a lot of love and respect. And we out, y'all. So make sure y'all check us back here next week, Wednesday. Well, you know, when we come back and reconvene on Wednesday at 9 p.m. It'll be next week. For right now, keep us on a loop on Roku TV on 7 On Demand channel. Make sure y'all are with us on YouTube. Like, follow, and subscribe. And we will see y'all right back here live next week, Wednesday. Peace. Love y'all. Skr.
Straight radio now.
I was born by the river. I was shaking that ass, bending over.